Hey everybody, welcome to the debut episode of the Retro Wrestling Review WCW podcast. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to saying. I'm used to saying USWA podcast every week, but I want to welcome my co-host, Broadcast Bob Anderson. Folks on my channel and my Patreon had clamored to try to get Bob back for more UWF. We couldn't get him to do it, but we finally lured him back into the van with some WCW. And so here we are getting ready to start. We're picking up in 1989. Was 1989 in WCW, which it's kind of still NWA, really. If you like, I go pulling these shows, like some of the matches we're going to watch here on this show are from NWA Pro, not yet WCW Pro. But is 1989 a favorite year for you in NWA/WCW? And if so, what are you most looking forward to as we maneuver our way through this entire year?
First of all, Gene, if you wanted to get me in a van, all you had to do was offer candy. And secondly, no, NWA 89 is actually one of my favorite years. I know that's a lot of people's favorite years, but I mean, I love me some Terry Funk. We have that coming up. Love me some Ricky Steamboat. We have that coming up. Love me some Snake Brown from out of town. I don't know if we'll get to any of his matches, but
that was a weird progression right there.
You don't rank him third after Terry Funk and Ricky Steamboat?
Like Terry Funk, Ricky Steamboat. Everybody's thinking like, he's about to say Flair. He may say Sting. Maybe he likes Lex Luger. I don't know. And you're like Snake Brown from out of town. And there's like, everybody's like lost that bet. No. People are handing money back and forth right now because they have totally lost whatever bet they had going.
But no, we get a lot of great Muda. I mean, Arn doesn't come back till the end of the year, so we're a ways away from that. But
yeah,
no, 89 is a fantastic year. I mean, there is a lot of garbage, but
it's like
we'll get to that real
panning,
soon.
It's like panning for gold. You got to look for it. You got to dig around. It's not. There's some garbage, but we're going to start the year off with Babyface Midnight Express. So that's fun. We've still got some Midnight and original Midnight with Paulie Dangerously, a match or two to look forward to as we get going here. Of course, the most famous trilogy in wrestling, perhaps, Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair is going to be coming up. Absolutely love the Funk and Flair feud. Like you said, Muda. Get to see his progression. Oh, God, Thunder Cage. Again, take the good with the bad.
Yeah, we
take them both, and there you have.
The facts of life.
That's our other podcast coming soon. No,
you got your 2D
You're like, well,
ready?
You're like, you could have sold me on that a lot easier in this wrestling shit.
I'll take 2D over the UWF any day of the week.
So the way this thing is going to work, folks, we're gonna be watching on this first episode. We're going to be watching some various matches from January TV from the different shows throughout January, and you can listen to it here on whatever podcast platform you found this on that you normally listen to the Gene Jackson podcasts on. But if you want to see it, if you want to watch what we're watching with us as we're watching it, check out the Patreon. Join us over on Patreon. This episode will be there for free, so you can go there. You can actually watch the video with us for free. And as we start doing the Clash of the Champions and the pay-per-views, the audio will be here. But if you actually want to watch it, you can check it out over on Patreon, because obviously we can't put Clash of the Champions and WCW pay-per-views on YouTube, because that's what the WCW archive channel's for. They'll get pulled down, unfortunately. So you can join us on Patreon for those. And throughout the year, as we're going through month to month, like I say, we'll do some episodes like this one where we'll pull out some memorable TV matches, some angles from TV that we want to see. And if you have any suggestions of matches from TV you think we should watch or would like to hear on here, by all means, send them to me, genejackson95@gmail.com, and we will do our best to accommodate that. And every now and again, we may do some kind of one-off special where we jump out of the timeline and watch something else if you want to, but we'll stick to the timeline for right now. So, Bob, right now, let's go back to January 1989 and see what was shaking in WCW. Right here. All right, so here is the team of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Kendall Windham taking on the team of Barry Windham and his tag team partner. Look at him there in his wrestling trunks, James J. Dillon of the Horsemen.
Wow, that is huh.
Yeah, you didn't remember this, did you?
I did not. Like I said, I'm going into this show blind. I only know one match that's been chosen here, so this should be fun. And good Lord, Kendall Windham is always something to look at. He's got his hair cut with a Flowbee.
Yeah, him and Barry are like a before and after picture, but I'm just not sure who's who. I mean, if it's like meth, then he's the after. If it's getting in shape, it's the other way around. But
now, I love me some Barry. I should have mentioned Barry Windham there in that opening. I love Barry Windham, easily in my top 5 workers of all time. We should also mention that Gene wrote a book on Eddie Gilbert, which people should go and buy immediately, as well as his Wolfie D book. Since we're shilling things like the Patreon, we should shill more things like Gene's books.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, I think Tommy Young.
Yes, Tommy Young. I would say 89 is probably Barry Windham's prime, don't you think? I mean,
yeah, maybe 87, 88. This is nearing the end of his prime, unfortunately. But I mean, he hasn't made any widows quite yet. But
no, we'll get there. Oh, that kid's psyched about it. He thinks this is Barry Windham's prime for sure. Well,
we're definitely past JJ's prime. I do have to ask, why did you say Tommy Young like you were saying Bolo Young?
That's an old joke from the Tony Schiavone show.
Okay.
A story about Tommy Young and the Barbarian and him trying to make Tommy Young give him a hand job, but it's
oh dear,
it's a real story. It's a real story. Tommy Young confirmed it, but it's not my story to tell. Look, why they keep showing these people goddamn waving in the crowd like
I don't know.
That's one thing I've noticed about watching these old like 80s Turner shows is like there was so many random crowd shots and they missed so much shit cutting to these weird crowd shots.
Because Jackie Crockett's a terrible cameraman?
Clearly. What do you think was really said right there when Barry Windham just pointed at Eddie Gilbert's face and Gilbert nodded?
He probably said, "Don't tag in Kendall, he sucks."
He's like, "All right, don't tag in JJ, he's old."
They were probably like, "Why is this a tag match?"
Oh, look at that! Oh, he's Road Warrior Hawk all of a sudden. Eddie Gilbert pops up like Hawk.
Give me the hits him with his
next. Fargo strut, son. Welcome to Memphis. Barry Windham's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh,
JJ's like, "You want me in that ring?"
He's got his iron claw glove on, so you know he's a heel.
Hell yeah. Blackjack Windham. Oh, don't say that.
No, not yet. Not yet.
He definitely was past his prime when Blackjack Windham showed up.
Most certainly, but that was one hell of a mustache.
Hey, him and JBL, they were quite the tag team.
Yeah, one was over the hill and one never was. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Don't hate on JBL. Take that, JJ. Son of a bitch. He falls into the ring. Okay. Take it easy, JJ. You got hit one time and you just went into full.
JJ was a fun bumper.
He was. Barry Windham and the Claw. Signs were very primitive in the 80s.
Was the Claw Jack Victory under a mask?
If it was a mask guy, it was Jack Victory, more than likely. If you ever find yourself in a trivia situation and they want to know who was under a mask from 1989 to about 92,
it was in
say
the
Jack
Victory.
Victory.
It was Jack Victory.
Yep. I say, that black with red and silver flame looking suit he wears has 2 or 3 different gimmicks. I come across a match where Sting was wrestling some other guy wearing that outfit because they had long black hair. It might have even been Rip Morgan, which is Jack Victory's partner. But I saw the suit, and it was a long black
or whatever.
Yeah, it was long black hair, and I'm like, it's not a wig. You can tell this ain't like a psychosis thing happening right here. Like, think it's Rip Morgan maybe borrowed it from Jacko. Because they were the New Zealand militia, mate.
Back when Jack Victory from New Jersey was from New Zealand.
Exactly.
It's got new in the name. Get out there.
I mean, how much fun was it to have the royal family when they had Lord Littlebrook as their manager? And they come out with those hats. They look like they were in a damn Shakespeare play.
My wife is not a wrestling fan. And I'm trying to explain to her that, like, in the 1980s, like, if there was a guy who claimed to be Asian, but he was in a mask, he was white. And if there was a guy who claimed to be Russian and he was in a mask, he was white. And if there was a guy who claimed to be anything and he was in a mask, he was white.
Yes.
She was dumbfounded.
The whitest of the white. I mean, the greatest thing, I think I sent you a clip of this one time, is when Muda quit and they put Ranger Ross in a mask and called him the Pearl, and because Muda had just been the Pearl of the Orient, so I mean, we weren't really. This is like one of those on the nose type things, and all of a sudden, Ranger Ross, with every ounce of his skin covered, is suddenly the masked Pearl, and I think that lasted like maybe 2 TV tapings, or maybe just the one. I don't know, but that to me was the most extreme version of what you're talking about there.
They should have had the Pearl wrestle Beefcake when he had that furry mask on.
The Mariner or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Fur face, or I don't fucking know.
Anyway. Yeah, it was the Mariner. He's the fur face. What's funny is, like, I remember reading about that in magazines and things just vaguely, and I thought maybe that was like just a fever dream or something from when I had like the flu when I was a kid. And then kudos to whoever's running this freaking WWE Archive YouTube channel now. Because they went and found every piece of video of that gimmick. Why it was still around, why they hadn't burned it by now, I don't know.
Right.
But, and they went and got every bit of it and put it into a compilation on the YouTube channel. And there it was like, oh, this really happened for some reason.
Unfortunately.
Like when you look at it, you're like, what did we think we were doing here? Like,
I mean, I guess
look at JJ. Holy shit.
He's like, tag me.
I'm gonna fuck shit up. Here he comes.
I mean, he is almost as big as Gilbert, if we're being fair.
And the other, to be fair, is like, he looks 75, but really, he's probably barely even 40, if that.
Right.
He's like Arn, Arn come out of the womb looking like he was 30.
Wait a
minute. Windham just
Kendall
laid out a
heel. The heel turn that no one cared about.
Yeah. By God. Kendall Windham, you son of a bitch.
And
Kendall Windham, you go to hell.
You can stick it, brother.
That's right, brother. Look at that. He's pulling out Tully Blanchard's finish.
Oh, that's just a low blow.
He's up in WWF busting brains right now.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Oh, Barry really slapped the shit. All right, take it easy on poor Eddie. Damn it.
Telly was up there busting brains and snorting lines. And
yeah, I was going to say, busting his own brain.
That was quite the pose there, JJ. All right.
He's no Rick Rude. All right, so we got this in between the matches to break them up here. All your favorites right there. Sting, the Road Warriors.
No Snake Brown.
No Snake Brown. It's pretty hard to find a picture of Snake Brown. Harder than you would think. It's all action shots.
Oh, more Barry. I like good choices. Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. No, don't get me wrong. I like some JYD 6 years previous, but...
So this is right in the prime of Dave Meltzer calling him the junk food dog on all his reports, which was very, very rude of him.
What's
the U.S. title, son?
Oh, okay. I was really hoping for a Western States Heritage title, but...
No, he was a babyface for the Western States Heritage title, and Larry Zbyszko took it from him. He won this U.S. title in a tournament after Dusty was stripped for hitting Jim Crockett with a baseball bat during a melee during an episode of Saturday Night. Dog's got a little more movement going on here in 89 than he would when he came back in, 90 or 91 and wrestled Flair at the Clash, and he was about 360.
The dudes with attitudes era.
Oh, my Lord, yes. can't wait till we get to that pay-per-view where El Gigante, JYD, and Mr. Wonderful take on the Horsemen.
Ooh.
Hard times.
That's a lot of shit.
Whoa, hey, I tell you what, you look at some of these people on these crowd shots, and
it makes you feel good about yourself, doesn't it?
Yeah, we should have stole some of those for OWF. Just spliced them in without any. Tommy Young's a referee once again here. Pretty sure they had some other referees. All right.
Hey, look at that little ginger. That is not me, I promise.
You sure?
I was slightly older than that in '89.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me to do the math. I can't.
Now, we got to over and under on how many bumps we think JYD is going to take this
one. Let's see. I'm going to go with less than Flair, but more than.
Oh, look at him cranking it up here on Barry. I have a new U.S. champion before this is over with, Bob.
There we go.
Oh, man. All right, we're going to get a bump. Quit showing these fucking kids. Oh, I got a feeling 89 is going to be rough on my blood pressure on these TVs.
Maybe they were scouting those kids for something.
Oh,
here
we go. Barry fucked up his high spot right there.
Barry's like, I'll put you in the claw if you give me that headbutt.
He's like, whoa, not yet. Let's build up to that. Come on in here and get some of the dog. He just wasn't the same here without his Grab Them Cakes theme song, you know?
Yeah, there's that. That's what the problem was.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have Another One Bites the Dust anywhere by this point. So
true. I always wondered where you went to get them wrestling cowboy boots.
Those were always my favorite. That's why Memphis Monroe finally got a gold and black pair like that. Mine came from Mexico. Those came from Austin Hall, I think was the name of that bootmaker in Texas that made like Barry's and Dusty's, and but those were always my favorite as a kid.
Oh, they're pretty amazing. And especially
even though Memphis Monroe wasn't from Texas, he still had to sport some of those boots.
Especially like, you turned heel, I'm going to need some black cowboy boots.
Yeah. I've been wearing white and red and white and yellow and white and blue, but now I'm a heel. Going to need some black ones. They're like, well, Ron Bass is the only one that gets those. Well, afraid not, pal. Oh, JYD has still not left his feet, by the way, other than to get down on his knees and try to headbutt him. I was like, okay. What are... Oh, shit. Yes.
Damn. Well, his bump card is full.
Oh, yeah. He's... All right, let's start taking this home. There it is. Boom. And one more. Once he hits this headbutt, Bob, we got one move left, and that's the thump. So you better make it count.
All right, I'm going to hit you for the power slam. You roll out of the ring, then we'll do the count out.
I took my one bump, and now I done gave you a bonus body slam. Oh, shit. You can tell this is a title match here. He's going all out.
All right, dog, we're going to give you a title shot. You got to take 2 bumps and the claw.
All right. Now, there's no way he can sell this claw because, in wrestling in the 80s, those of the African-American descent had hard heads.
That's true. That's true.
They didn't sell headbutts. He's selling it, though. He may not be a full-blown...
Now.
I wonder if Dad must have been white or something. All right. Well, Barry, you remember that like Bash 8, which we'll get there eventually, but like that Bash 88 match where like 10 minutes of the match, he had Dusty in the claw and Dusty would sail down to his knees and then he would come back up. He eventually like worked his way onto the second rope in the claw.
Remember the match where Barry was wrestling Dr. Death and he went for the leapfrog?
Oh, Starrcade 87.
Is that where that was? I couldn't remember what that was. I just remember he got him in the nuts and it was painful looking.
Yes. Racked his nuts and Dr. Death took advantage of him.
Oh,
Well,
the
not
dog's
like that,
fighting
but-
back. Yeah. He did what now?
Well,
Gene?
I realized how poorly that sounded once there was a pause there.
He racked his nuts, and then Doc pulled his tights down. Wait, what? All right.
This is the most I've seen JYD sell anything in his career.
Selling the shit out of the claw.
Oh,
Another.
I was like, if he does a small package, I'm fixing to fall out of this chair. But
Did you
Well,
download
DDT.
like all the matches with the shittiest DDTs you could find, or?
yeah, this is our theme of our first
All
episode
right.
here is shit DDT. Oh man. He's fired up right now. I told him this in Georgia. Oh no, we see where this is headed. Oh, there it is. He didn't get him with the first one, but he got him with the second one.
That was piss poor.
Well, let's get a shot of somebody in the audience right now. Oh, JJ.
JJ's got the shoe. Uh-oh.
Okay, so the claw hurt his head, but the shoe, not so much. Oh shit.
Barry has very strong hands, Gene. Is it
It's
Kendall?
always- Yeah,
Ah.
he's the Wyndhams are.
Is Kendall the definition of buggy whip arms or whatever the fuck they used
Oh
to say?
yeah.
Okay.
If that's you look up buggy whip arms in the dictionary, and Kendall's right there. Now he's doing something different with his hair now, finally, because okay.
Kendall, hook the
All right.
fucking arm, buddy.
I say Kendall had him hooked for a DDT. Barry had him hooked for a suplex. Guess what? We went with Barry's idea because Kendall. Okay, you just dropped the headbutt on the junkyard dog, you freaking idiot. Oh,
Gene, I'm being told that there's only one thing that they hate because it's a bunch of crap.
I'm surprised Flair didn't break his fingers for doing that. Or like, you are not a horseman, pal. Let's see if we can raise the.
Helped me out, did me a favor when I needed it. So we're not on the best of terms, and I'm not managing the Fantastics, but I'm here to do them a favor when they need it, just to pay them back. I don't know whether they can beat Dennis Condor and Randy Rose in a fair test, but we're going to find out tonight, because Paulie Dangerously, he's got a habit of sticking his nose in. Well, that's why I'm here. I promised him I was going to keep Paulie Dangerously out of things, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. If the Fantastics can beat Condor and Rose, then that's exactly what they're going to do. We're going to find out in a fair test.
All right, so I take from that Cornette's going to be at ringside for the Fantastics, but he's not going to be managing them. But he's going to be at ringside.
Yes.
He doesn't like them, but he's going to be in their corner.
You can at least leave the volume up long enough to hear the Midnight Express theme.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
this is the Fantastics theme with their announcer made into the song. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fantastics. So you know this didn't come from the network because it's got the actual Midnight Express theme song.
No, that's the Crockett version.
Well, the one they actually used back in the day. They got that
gotcha.
dubbed over shit.
Right. Yeah, I was saying, because that's actually... Because I know Cornette...
Ladies and gentlemen.
I know Cornette hates that version, but I actually dig it.
Yeah, that's what I was used to hearing, so...
I like this version of the Midnight Express. I don't hate it.
No, I mean, it is the original Midnight Express.
Well, minus Norval.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't bring Norvell, apparently, but, you know.
Which was your
They already
favorite
had
version?
They already had
Midnight
their
Express,
quota.
Gene?
I'm not gonna lie, Bobby and Stan was my favorite just because I don't know, like Bobby and Dennis was all right, but I don't know, I found Bobby and Stan to have more exciting matches. I went back and watched Dennis and Randy Rose and Norvell Austin way after the fact in more recent years, but at this point I had never seen any of that. There he is, the wise man,
You're supposed to ask me what my favorite version of Midnight Express is.
the orator. Yeah, I was waiting to see. I was gonna let you squirm. All right, what's your favorite version of the Midnight Express, Bob?
Oh, Bombastic Bob and Bodacious Bart, Gene.
That's why I didn't ask you. God.
No, it's Bobby and Dennis.
Oh, Bobby and Dennis. Okay.
Yeah.
No love for Stan, huh?
Like you, I grew up on Bobby and Stan, but as I've gone back and watched over the years, I've come to prefer Dennis to Stan.
Okay.
Far less fake karate bullshit.
How dare you? That is real karate, sir.
Yes, his karate is not my favorite thing.
He had educated feet, by God.
Of course he did. The Fantastics. I've worked many a show with Bobby Fulton, and he is a
wonderful human being.
Fucking weird dude. Oh, he's a nice guy, a very nice guy, but he is an odd duck. He is a very odd duck.
He is recently taken to liking some of my writings and things under his real name on James Hines. It took me a minute to pick up on who that was. Like, who the fuck's James Hines? And I looked at the pictures like, oh, that's Bobby Fulton. Okay.
No, like I said, he's a very nice man. Don't get me wrong. He's always been very friendly, but just a little bit of an odd duck.
Yeah, well, as you see right there.
Like I said, I've probably told the story before, but the night that he was supposed to be the big... I'm going to take over this whole match, and I apologize, but the story is pretty funny, and I think people will enjoy it if they've not heard me tell it before. But he was supposed to be like the big baby face at our show, and he was the only name on the whole show.
Mm.
And he comes in, and he's like, I want to work heel. And we're like, Bobby, you can't work fucking heel. You're the only name, and you're the big baby face in the main event. Like, he was in a tag match. We're like, you can't work heel. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to work as the Sheik of Araby. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna work the second or third match as the Sheik of Araby. And he starts pulling like fucking like Iron Sheik pointy-toed boots and a fucking like Iranian or Iraqi flag and a fucking like prayer mat and a mask out of his fucking like bag. And we're like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then he's got his kid with him that wrestles now, but at the time he was like 11. And he starts pulling out matching gear for him. And he's like, he's going to be the Prince of Araby. And we're like, is this really fucking happening? And he's like, put me against your best, like, good-looking young baby face in, like, the second or third match. And so, like, he gives me, and I'm ring announcing, and he gives me this whole big fucking spiel about how he's the Prince of, like... And so he comes out and gets in the ring, and the fans are, of course, booing the shit out of him, not having any idea this is goddamn Bobby Fulton.
Yeah. And
so he comes over to me, he's like, tell these people if they don't stop booing me, I'm going to raise the price of gas. So I make the announcement, so of course they boo him fucking more. And then he comes back over, he's like, tell these people if they don't stop booing me, I forget what the second thing was. So I make that announcement, and they boo him more. And he's like, comes over, he's like, this time, pretend like whatever I said to you is so vile that even you, the lowly ring announcer, won't say it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I play into it. I move away from all offense. I was like, I'm not going to say that right here in the USA. And so the crowd starts chanting fucking USA, and he's covering his ears and threatening to hit me, and the baby face is covering me up. And then the next thing I know, the motherfucker unrolls the prayer mat and starts doing like the fucking pray into Allah thing. And the place is like losing their fucking mind wanting to kill him. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, are we going to have to like take Bobby Fulton out the goddamn back before this redneck crowd murders him? And so then he proceeds to have the worst fucking match I've ever seen. Like literally he's doing like the hide the foreign object gimmick. Like, you know, like, oh, it's in my armpit, but don't look there. Oh, now I've moved it into the mask. Oh, now I moved it. But there's actually no fucking foreign object, period. Like, he's just hiding nothing. Yeah. And this goes on for like 15 fucking minutes.
Holy jeez.
And then he slaps on the camel clutch, and then the dude powers out of the camel clutch, like dumps him backwards, and then small packages him for 3. And that was the whole fucking match. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
He was doing the Sheik at 70 years old's gimmick.
Yes.
You know?
And the crowd ate it the fuck up. And like he went back, he was like, how was that? And we were all like, fucking great, Bobby. Get ready for the main event.
That's what's so wild is like them same people are going to be loving him and taking their pictures with him at intermission. But you know what's crazy is like you get all that heat. Like what would have happened if one of those fans had freaked out and stabbed the Sheik, not knowing it's actually Bobby Eaton, who they got a picture with in their mission or before.
Or that was my thing. Like, what if they fucked up and jerked off that hood? Like,
yeah,
the rest of the show is blown.
Yeah, I mean, how do you cover that up? But I actually saw clips of him doing that a couple of times, and then I seen he posted a big post about it here several months ago, and I was just like, that is so crazy. But I mean, that's old school Carney.
Yeah. Like, just seeing that shit live. Oh, that's probably one of my top 5 stories from when I was a ring announcer. Like, seeing that shit live was just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
If anybody watching or listening to this has ever wondered what the term cheap heat means, it's a Sheik gimmick telling the ring announcer to tell them if they don't stop booing, I'm going to raise gas prices. That's what you call cheap heat.
And of course, I mean, this was in a little redneck West Virginia town in front of 65 people.
Yeah.
And it was something to behold. We'll just leave it at that.
You wish you could find some of those people now and tell them that just to see their face.
Yeah, that was Bob. They wouldn't believe me. Like, that was Bobby Fulton. No, it wasn't. He was in the main event. He's part of the Fantastics.
Bobby Fulton led the USA chant that night. He sure as hell wasn't no Sheik of Araby. All right, now I got another question for you, and I hope you answer this one correctly. Which do you like better, the Fantastics or the Fabulous Ones?
I will tell you the truth. I've only ever seen one Fabulous Ones match, Gene. That is,
really?
As you both, I've told you before, Memphis is a glaring hole in my watching. Damn. I've actually bought a DVD set, like the Death Valley Driver video review, Best of Memphis in the 80s set, and I intend to watch it and make up for it. So I would have to say the Fantastics simply because I don't have the knowledge of the Fabulous Ones.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I'm familiar with both Stan and Steve Kern, of course, but to rate them as a team, I can't do it.
I've seen more of them in later years than I did back in their prime, but and we're doing 1991 on the USWA podcast right now, and they've been on there quite a bit as the Fabulous Ones. This was after Lane and Cornette quit WCW. They came to Memphis, and he managed them as heels for a bit.
After their short stint in Global?
Prior to. Eventually, they let Lane and Cornette left and went to Global. Kern came back as a babyface, just inexplicably. He had left as a heel, came back as a baby, because you could do that shit in Memphis, especially if you had a lot of time under your belt as a babyface. So we talked over all that, but the original Midnights got their hands on Cornette here, and it didn't end well for poor Corny as he takes the phone to the gut. Because if you have a cordless phone, what's the most obvious place you're going to want to hit somebody for the most effective damage, Bob?
Oh, in the gut. Yes, apologies for talking all over the last match. We'll try to watch. Oh.
Abby. Abdullah the Butcher taking on Hogan. He's got a Hogan Abby match right here. So,
is that Randy Hogan?
That is Randy Hogan, brother.
Who in the hell is that in the ring with Abdullah?
I think it's Al Perez.
I thought that's who it was, but I was confused.
Yeah, they were both managed by Gary Hart at this point, and I guess Gary wasn't there, so Al Perez is standing in as Abdullah's advocate, if you will.
I do love me some Gary Hart, but at least it should be short.
That's what she said. There he goes. Al got his track pants on, it looks like.
Maybe he'll come in and hit him with the alley copter.
Well, we can only hope here. Poor Randy Hogan. Look at Abdullah just standing on him for an uncomfortably long time. And he wasn't putting any of his weight on the ropes either. It was
and we got that kid picking his nose.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing we got a shot of that. So Randy Hogan's not the most embarrassed person in this situation.
Randy Hogan, brother.
That's right, dude. He resurfaced on Facebook here a couple of years ago. He's doing conventions and shit and selling action figures.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that Sidney Bacabella they just showed in the crowd?
It sure looked like him.
It really did.
He says he's been around since the 80s. He talks about all these old territories.
So Randy Hogan wasn't like 60 years old then?
No. Apparently he was a lot younger than he looked as well. Oh, damn it.
Abby with the martial arts shop. Oh, is this going to be this Sudanese meat cleaver coming?
All right, Randy, tell us what was going through your mind right now.
When you drop that giant flabby titty on your face.
As that titty was in your mouth right there. Oh, you managed to kick out, Randy. So tell us. All right, so he's backing up for another one. Pretty sure you shit your tights on the first one. What happened when he dropped this one?
And you had that Hershey Kiss nipple in your mouth.
He looks deceased right now. Look at him. He looks...
And if the people don't know what we're talking about, you really... What the fuck?
Oh, my God.
We'll return after these messages.
Relive the glory days of Memphis wrestling with the Retro Wrestling Review USWA podcast. Each week, we go back in time to review USWA Championship Wrestling from the 1990s, episode by episode. Join us for watch-alongs, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive interviews with people who were there and lived it. Whether you grew up watching it or you're discovering it for the first time, this podcast is your ringside seat to Memphis wrestling history. It's all a part of the WrestleCopia Podcast Network. Listen now at uswapodcast.com.
Hey guys, Ray Russell here. Lots of new stuff happening here at WrestleCopia. If you haven't checked out our website at WrestleCopia.com, it's a great way to keep up with the latest episodes of all of your favorite Copia programming, from the Wrestling Memory Grenade to Regional Wrestling with the Territory Talk, the Wrestling Stoop with the legendary Bob Roop, and of course all of those programs also available at your favorite podcast streaming platforms. And if you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the Copia world, all the latest news, random thoughts, fun videos, pictures, and more, make sure to join the more than 33,000 followers over at Facebook.com/Wrestling Grenade. Don't be left out. And last but definitely not least, it's what keeps the entire machine going. I'm talking about Patreon.com/WrestleCopia. We appreciate your support in helping us pay the bills to keep the WrestleCopia Podcast Network running and enabling us to continue to bring you all the quality programming that we offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Jimmy Street and the Plastic Sheik, Jared, are the undisputed tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise, this team does it all. And all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling. Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Tired of the same boring wrestling podcast? Need something with attitude, chaos, and maybe just a little cussing? That's STSPod.club, and we got it all covered. We've got wrestling weirdness with WTF News Desk, 5-minute time limit, and the Southern Fried Brain of me, BT, stirring the whole ship. We also have Rolling into Mempho every week about the current Memphis wrestling. Interviews, hot takes, and wrestling outrageousness so wild it might get you banned in 12 states. That's right, it's SDSPod.club, or search all podcast catchers for Shooting the Shiznit, where wrestling podcasts grow chest hair. Not sure what that meant. Love my mama.
All right, here we go. So Barry Windham, we'd seen earlier, Kendall turned on Eddie Gilbert. Barry had some United States title matches against Eddie Gilbert on the different television shows. He was working him on the house shows. He and Flair had attacked Eddie on TV. Eddie promised to have a mystery tag team partner who they were calling Dr. X, but no, it wasn't Dick Beyer from the 70s. It wasn't the Destroyer. It wasn't Dick Beyer, unfortunately. But we'll see who it is here in just a moment or two. Who could it be, folks? Oh my God! Look at this. It's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Bob.
But he was just in the WWF several years earlier.
That's right. Well, earlier in '88, he'd been in WrestleMania 4, and he was...
Unfortunately, in WrestleMania 4?
Yeah, he was in that tournament, which was the worst WrestleMania, perhaps, of all time.
Well, I mean, have you seen some of these recent ones, Gene?
Well, I don't really count those, but okay. I mean, of the ones back in the day that we still talk about.
Gotcha.
I mean, Savage won the tournament, and that was cool, but boy, it was a long ride to get there. I'm glad this isn't a WWF 88 podcast.
Yeah, that was a rotten fucking tournament.
I actually sat through that with Ray Russell. We watched that whole thing, and we watched along. And we didn't do it all in one night. Luckily, we split it into 2 different 2-hour settings, because 4 hours I would have probably slit my wrist.
That would have been rough. All right, Steamboat and Windham. I can do this.
Yes.
Steamboat was probably my first ever favorite wrestler, so...
Look at that.
Deep arm drags.
Yes, those aren't your standard 80s arm drags right there. The only person I've ever really seen do arm drags like that's Jack Briscoe. And a little limited bit of footage of him that's out there.
I always loved this TV studio that they taped in.
Yeah. Watched Ronnie Garvin beat the shit out of a lot of poor jobbers in that studio.
That's the truth.
Watch the Road Warriors commit a lot of atrocities on some jobbers in that studios as well.
Yeah.
I did a show a few years back with Alan Martin, and a few nights before that show, me and Rosie were sitting around and watching some of that old stuff, and the Road Warriors wrestled Alan Martin and Mike Jackson. And Hawk had picked Alan Martin up over his head and just threw him out to the fucking concrete. Oh. And so I'm back in the dressing room, and Alan Martin goes over to the gimmick table and starts talking to my wife. And so she's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Alan Martin." She's like, "Are you the Alan Martin used to get his ass beat on, like, WCW?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "We just saw you get murdered. Like, last weekend, Road Warrior Hawk picked you up over his head and threw you out to the concrete. How bad did that suck?" He's like, "As much as you could assume and think it does." It was, yeah. He's like, anytime you came in and saw the Road Warriors on the other side of the board, you knew you was in for a bad, bad day.
I remember reading the stories about the jobbers that would come in and see themselves across from Vader and leave. So
yes, Steiners, they'd see the Steiners and leave. They'd see Vader and leave. I'm sure back in the 80s, some of those guys left because they saw the Road Warriors too. Of course, a lot of them guys, Mike Jackson would load up a whole van load of guys from Alabama and bring them up there. And then the little bit they got paid for that, they had to pay Mike for a booking fee and for gas money. So,
that's corny.
Oh yeah, Mike Jackson was a freaking substitute school teacher, and that's why he just, like, you've seen, he was doing jobs on, like, Atlanta TV. He'd seen WWF. You'd seen him pop up like just everywhere, Continental, and that's why, because he had that real job, and he would load up jobbers and make probably as much money as anybody on those TV tapings to haul all of them up there. And then he was smart enough to have a career and a retirement, and he's still wrestling now. I mean, shit, as we sit here on a Thursday night, I promise you this weekend he's booked somewhere. He's wrestling somewhere in Alabama, and he's going to do a raffle at intermission and make about $400 or $500, and he's going to sell.
Is he cheating on the raffle?
Oh, I'm sure. Grainy VHS tapes from the 80s of studio matches. And
say, is the winning ticket taped to the side of the bucket?
Oh, he is the carniest of the carny. I would have loved to seen him and Burt Prentice have like a carny off to see who. Woo! Steamboat, Flair laying him in.
Steamboat stopping in the middle of the match to cut a promo and then coming in and chopping the shit out of him. Man, not the best looking crowd I've ever seen, Gene.
No, and they're surprisingly lethargic because, I mean, you think, most weeks you come to this studio and, like you said, you just see Ronnie Garvin, twist people
Trent
into
Knight.
a pretzel. Yeah, twisting him into a pretzel while tweaking his nipples and kneeing him in the back of the head. And, just squash matches for the most part. And then all of a sudden you show up this week, we got freaking Ricky Steamboat and Eddie Gilbert against Ric Flair and Barry Windham. Most of them are just sitting out there like they're in church.
And I would like to say I'm proud of myself because Trent Knight was a timely reference in '89.
Yes, it really was. I'm going to make sure I pull a Trent Knight match at some point. Just
say we're going to need some
brought him up.
Trent Knight, Lee Scott.
Oh man, yes, those freaking massive, backdrops and like he would sell his ass. Oh shit.
I remember Sid kicking the shit out of Lee Scott. So.
God. Throwing him around like a literal rag doll. Oh.
Barry, you're a foot taller than him. Come on.
Referee is Teddy Long, player.
Oh, this is going to become a tag. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, this was going to be a single till Teddy Long got involved. Where's the Undertaker?
Holla, holla.
Ooh.
Barry was a hell of a bumper for a guy his size.
Damn right. Yeah, I was always.
You wrote the book on him. What do you think of Eddie as a babyface?
He was capable of being a babyface, but I don't know that he was believable as a babyface. Like he came off much better to me as a heel, especially in Memphis. Where he could do all the low down dirty heel stuff and throw fireballs and shit like that. But he knew all the right things to do as a babyface. But
yeah, from what I've seen, like that early WWF stuff where he was a babyface, it worked. But yeah, just like this point in time, it just never seemed right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another. There's so much Memphis stuff I wish you could see, since it's all new to you, just to see what kind of different perspective it would give you on some of these folks. Because Memphis Eddie Gilbert's a whole different guy than anything you saw on this or Mid-South UWF.
Okay, so I've seen Watts Eddie Gilbert, and I've seen Global Eddie Gilbert.
It's very similar to Global Eddie Gilbert, other than he didn't hit anybody with a car. Unfortunately.
And I've seen a little bit of like Tri-State ECW Eddie Gilbert.
I had not seen a lot of that ECW era before I was working on the book the first time back 15 years ago, and I traded for tapes of that and watched a lot of it. And boy, the early stage of ECW, holy shit, most of that was awful. Other than
it's terrible.
The stuff with Eddie and Terry Funk and a few people, but overall it was.
Oh yeah, there's only so much Johnny Hotbody and Tony Stetson and Rockin' Rebel you can take.
Yeah. There's a famous story of like once Eddie became the booker, like after about 2 to 3 weeks in, like after a show, he comes in the dressing room and it's just like, you motherfuckers have got to learn to work or you are fucking out of here. Like, this shit was awful. Actually, Bay Ragney, who went on to be Chubby Dudley in the Paul Heyman era of ECW, actually told us that story in person at a hotel in Philadelphia before the big reunion, the TWA reunion show up there. Yeah, there's like a clip of it on Facebook of him telling that story. And he's like, yeah, man, it's right to our face. Like, y'all fucking suck.
I believe
you can
it.
see Doug. You can see Doug's face. He's kind of like, should I apologize for him, or is this, I don't know. Like, Doug, you'd have been right there saying it with him if you'd have been there that night.
He wasn't wrong.
No, he was not wrong at all. And I mean, Chubby does. He's a great guy, but like, it's not like he ever became Ricky Steamboat. So
he didn't become Vic Steamboat, for fuck's sake.
Vic Steamboat. That's not a name I expected to hear tonight. But
no,
I was shocked to learn that he actually was related to Steamboat. I always assumed that was just one of those made up.
Right? Yeah. I didn't learn that till for years. I expected it was just like, oh, okay, he kind of looked like him, so they named him that.
It was like he vaguely looked like him, so it was passable. It's probably been in the last 15 years that I found that out. I don't even remember where I found it out, but I was like, what?
That's not bullshit.
Like, he wasn't able to use that to get further than he did, because like he didn't really achieve anything. Like, he thought he could ride that name to something more than he did. But
yeah, once we finish all these WCW shows, we should start an IWCCW podcast.
Yeah, you say that, but whenever I try to pull the trigger, you can be like, oh, I don't know, man.
Does that shit even exist to watch?
It does, but they've got it on lockdown. Like, whoever owned, like, the Savoldi still own the footage, and so they got it on like some pay service. Like, dude, it's a stretch to think I want to watch that for free. I sure as fuck ain't paying to watch any of that shit. I managed to sneak some of it on my YouTube because I finally got some. Doug was there tagging with Dennis Condrey for a brief moment with Paul Heyman as their manager. They were the Lethal Weapons. And I managed to put a few of the, somebody sent me like 5 of their matches and promos, and I put it on the YouTube channel, and it was, so far, knock on wood, it's gone undetected.
Yeah, I mean, I think after about 2 weeks of Vic Steamboat and the Boston bad boy Tony Rumble, we'd tap out. So
yeah, I mean, how many times can you watch? They aired there's one particular, I just remember reading about it in magazines. Like, there's one particular Vic Steamboat versus Tony Atlas title match that they aired literally like 7 weeks in a row on TV. It reminds me of the old Eddie Murphy Buckwheat sketch on Saturday Night Live, where it's like, let's take a look. Like, every week, like, Tony Atlas robbed Vic Steamboat of the title. Have you seen it? Let's take a look.
What was that one guy's name? Eric Sabrakia?
Oh, yeah. I have no idea how to say that. But, yeah, whenever you read results, he was always right in the middle of them. The Boston bad boy, Tony Rumble. That's another name I didn't expect to hear today. But there it was.
Sorry, folks. We're off on a tangent.
Yeah, we do that.
Expect a lot of that.
You'll come to realize that that's what most of this is. But
at least
I have a feeling if we get through WCW, however far we decide, the old Flair referee spot. I'm surprised he did it with Teddy Long, considering stories that have been told. But anyway, by Teddy Long. If we happen to make it all the way through WCW, I got a feeling you're finally going to cash in and make me do that global podcast you've been wanting to do for a long time.
Oh, that'd be tremendous. Hell, we could get Doug to come on and talk about the Dark Patriot with us.
Yeah, I'm sure we could. He liked talking about global.
I loved global. I mean, I know that wrestling sucks for the most part. I mean, we can just do a John Tatum watch along and I'll be happy. So.
I mean, we might make that like our random. Like I said, I kind of want to every now and again just throw in something random just to change it up if we start getting overloaded on WCW.
There's the lariat.
Wow, well executed. Maybe we'll take a break and throw in some global.
Well, that's Barry's version of lariat. It's no Stan Hansen lariat, but
no, it's a flying lariat, if you will.
Better than that horse shit Kane did.
Yeah. Yeah, he was no Barry Windham.
No, he was just the second Undertaker.
So what was your favorite Glenn Jacobs gimmick? Was you a fake Diesel guy? Did you enjoy Kane? Or was you more of an Isaac Yankem fan?
I was a Christmas Creature guy.
There you go. Tell me you don't know nothing about me.
I made that up. I never saw that shit.
Well, it's not a lot to see, honestly. It was Glenn Jacobs early in his career that they just like literally attached like tinsel and just whatever random Christmas decorations they could get to stick to him for a match. Uh-oh, here comes the hot tag, as they call it, Bob. In comes Flair, and boom.
Oh, there the crowd's going ape shit.
Oh, yeah, they finally woke up.
Now he's firing off those big, quote, martial arts chops.
Yes. After he hit a big shoulder tackle there. Whoa. Hiya!
I'm going to bet he doesn't really know martial arts, Gene.
He is a house of fire right now, as Gorilla Monsoon would say. He's like a man repossessed.
I would like to see Ricky Steamboat and Glacier have a martial arts fight.
For some reason, I feel like Glacier probably knows a few more martial arts than Ricky
Steamboat. Maybe.
Don't let the eyes fool you.
Maybe we could let Glacier and Stan Lane have a karate fight.
Oh, Stan Lane would dominate that, son. Glacier's feet are not as educated as Stan Lane's. It's funny. I need to bring Richard from the USWA podcast on here. Me and Josh always make fun of him because like that's his man crush in life is Stan Lane for some reason. He would get very offended at your disrespect of Stan Lane. Oh,
my disrespect of his karate.
Yes. Ricky Steamboat has just pinned our world champion, our mystery partner.
First match in the company.
That's right. First match back.
Mr. X has defeated Ric Flair.
Yes. Oh, JJ is having a tantrum on the... If only Kendall Windham had came out and got involved.
The most exciting moment I've ever witnessed.
The most exciting moment he's ever witnessed.
People, do you remember the movie?
By God.
Liberty Valance? Well, I got the man who beat the NWA World Heavyweight Champion on television. Welcome back to NWA, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
That's the thing, too, is Eddie always sounded phony trying to talk like a babyface. Like, that sounded mocking. You know?
It did.
I've always had a quest in my life.
Ricky's the worst promo. I'm sorry.
I ventured all around the world.
He can be a good promo, but when he's trying to do this humble, I'm a fucking family guy bullshit.
Yeah, let's take a look at it, Ricky. Once again, fans across the country,
I can count on, if you cut off 3 of my fingers, I can count on one hand how many good Ricky Steamboat promos I've ever seen. I hated all those, it's the year of the dragon. Like, last year was year of the dragon, too. Like, how many years?
Like, his fired up promos heading into WrestleMania 3 were good.
This man, Eddie Gilbert.
Well, he had just learned how to talk again, so...
Well, exactly.
It took a lot of work to get those promos out.
Maybe when his larynx was fully recovered, he just wasn't as good of a talker.
Could be. Why do you have your larynx like
Eddie was there for me, and here we go again. Ric Flair and myself, just like it was 5 years ago. One more time, and brother, I'm telling you, Rick.
Now he's fired up. Listen to him.
You know, Rick, I think a tribute to you. You knew exactly what you were doing each and every move, and right here when you got the.
Because we called it in the back, Tony.
Well,
oh,
right now,
that's not what you meant. I'm sorry.
Time off. I've had a little boy come into my life. He's been
tell him it's your son, Ricky. Clarify that, please.
Right now, he is that son of mine.
He must have been in that van with Eugene.
I want to secure his future.
Ken Wayne had a little boy come in his life, too, and ended up in prison.
There's no greater motivation than that right there, and I think all the fans can understand that.
My God.
Right here, you really asserted yourself, Ricky. You knew exactly what you were doing against a man that's considered the greatest
champion. You
champion.
stopped a butthole in him, Ricky.
Right there. I grabbed a handful of
You're
hair.
tougher than a $2 steak, Ricky.
Something about a government mule, I don't know.
And I think what goes around comes around, and it's a vicious cycle out there. That world is a vicious cycle.
You didn't get him up very high on that press, Ricky, but we'll forgive you.
You must not have played football.
I'm going to pin this man.
Football.
Hold on tight, and the referee counts 3. What a dynamic.
Is that how a pinfall works, Ricky?
Steamboat, and the fans were just in shock.
JR said it was a dynamic move. Just don't call him a dynamic dude there, Jim. I don't want to thank those stupid fans. I don't want to thank those stupid WWF fans. I want to thank these NWA fans for waking up in the final 2 minutes of this match.
To be my partner when I was against Ric Flair and Barry Windham. There's a lot of people out there in wrestling I could have picked,
But there's only one man in my mind that can beat Ric Flair.
And all the rest turned on me, so here's Ricky. Kendall Windham, you fucking praying mantis-looking stick figure, you.
I could have picked anybody, but my other choices were Ranger Ross and
Trent Knight.
Yeah, and Lee Scott.
You got no business here. None whatsoever. What do you think you're doing?
I love how they just roll up on the baby faces and they don't even try to fight them. They're just like,
I just always loved it when Flair gets so fired up, his voice would go up like 6 octaves.
Yeah.
This will never go down in the record books. Hey, I've been listening to you talk for the last 10 years of how great every single one of your men are, and Mr. X shouldn't even have bothered you. Come on.
Come on, Eddie, we're going home.
Yeah. We're going back to that little boy.
He's in the van. Down by the river.
Just tell us his name so we can prepare for it. We weren't prepared for this. This will never go down in the record book. It'll never stand for sheer luck. Do you understand something? I'm a multi-millionaire. And this doesn't happen to millionaires.
Not for long, Rick. Not for long.
You're no Ted DiBiase, sir. He's a millionaire.
One of your 11 wives will take that millionaire status from you.
No kidding. I guess I wonder he didn't have an aneurysm during one of these alleged promos here.
I'm the world champion. What do you think of this? Steamboat.
Can't find a camera there.
JR looks like he just smelled poop.
I don't care if you got a kid and a wife. There's a wrestling. Don't walk out here milking the public. You're here for my
This is getting worse. My God, he shit his pants, Tony. Smell that.
Don't go away, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
No, you won't.
Tremendous.
All right, there it was, the big victory from the mystery man, Ricky Steamboat, that is going to set off a chain of events for us here in 1989 that's going to lead to, like I said, a trilogy of matches that people still talk about to this day. It's their, those three matches are on many people's list of top matches of all time. And I'm not going to ask you which one's your favorite or if you think they live up to the hype, because we're going to watch them. Absolutely. And we'll decide after we've seen them. We'll rank them in order how each one of us think they rank one over the other, and if we think they stand the test of time and all of that good stuff. So,
but unfortunately, first we have to watch Clash of the Champions 5. Who booked this shit?
St. Valentine's Massacre, I think that one's called, isn't it?
I don't remember. Something
like that.
I hope you enjoy our humor, because the matches aren't good.
Yeah, it's not going to be one. So yeah, there's going to be times where we're going to have to try to have some fun to pass the time during some of these matches. But that's wrestling, that's the way it's always been. You sit down, and some of it's good and some of it's bad. And
now, there's some cool people on it. They're just not the best booking choices.
Yeah, that 6-man tag you mentioned is really weird. It was like for the 6-man tag titles, especially because like the 3 guys that are supposed to be in the match get locked in a room or some shit, and it's really convoluted. It's really, really, really convoluted, but we'll have fun with it.
Clash of the Champions 5. We hope you like Jack Victory.
Yeah, so that's going to be a running. I don't want to say joke, but this is something we're going to keep track of for everybody here as we go through 1989. All the different incarnations of Jack Victory. He was really like the utility player for. I hope that he was compensated well, because he was a guy that whatever they needed him to be, whoever they needed him to be, in any given situation, he would put the mask on. And he would be that guy. And then at other times, he would take that mask off and wear the same tights and be a member of the Midnight Express.
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. That's fun. That whole situation's a fun situation where we're going to have a loser leaves match, and then the guy they wanted
everyone leaves match.
Yeah, I'll say the guy they wanted to stay left of his own volition, and that's going to be interesting. We'll talk about that, and looking forward to Chi-Town Rumble's an interesting show. It was a one-off. There was never another Chi-Town Rumble after that for whatever reason, but it was in Chicago, obviously. And you have Flair and Steamboat on top. You get Luger and Barry Windham for the U.S. title. I don't remember what the tag title match is on that show, so we'll see what it looks like in the build-up. But anyway, that's going to be it for episode 1 here of the Retro Wrestling Review WCW podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think about it. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, feel free to send them along on Facebook, or you can email them to genejackson95@gmail.com. We'll certainly take them under advisement. But again, join up on the Patreon. Watch the video. It's a lot more fun to watch the video along with us. But
if you do sign up for the Patreon, we have already skipped ahead a little bit and did Starrcade 91 because I'm a big fan of the Battle Bowl.
Yes, if you join the Patreon, there is a ton of stuff already on there. I've had that Patreon for a couple of years now, and there's a lot of watch along. Some with me and Bob, some with me and Brian Trammell, Steve Pleasing, a number of different people, a number of different shows, and we've covered some Japan stuff on there. We've done some old Omni shows. They're great. You really want to check that out. The old WCW and England show. I mean, it was tremendous. Max Payne was on the show. So that tells you exactly how awesome. There was a Vader Cactus Jack match on the show. Sting against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Michael P.S. Hayes in a one-on-one contest with... He's the one that wrestled Max Payne, ain't he? Wasn't that the...
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Van Hammer. Let's just stop. We're not selling it at this point.
We're not selling that. Anyone.
But yes, if you really want to get a taste for like me and Bob calling a pay-per-view, check out that Starrcade 91 Battle Bowl. Like I said, Bob wanted to watch that one because it had like sentimental value to him, and we watched it, and I had a lot of fun. Like I went into that one that was like, I know he's done shows for me where it's like, I don't really want to do this, but I'll do it because Gene wants to do it. And there's been ones where like, all right, I don't really want to do it, but I'll do it because Bob wants to do it. But we always end up having fun on both sides of that coin. But Starrcade was especially, the whole show was especially fun. And when we got done with it, I was like, there's something there. I think we could do something with this. And here we are doing something with it in 1989. So check us out on Patreon, and we'll have another show soon. It should be the Clash of the Champions. I know we didn't sell it as it's not a great show. We're not going to lie to you. It's not a great Clash of the Champions, but we promise we will make it fun or die trying.
Nothing else is Clash of the Champions 5.
That's right. If only Bundy were there, it could have really been something to see. But we'll be back for that very soon. These aren't going to be weekly shows. We're going to try to have them, hopefully maybe bi-weekly or so, but our schedules, well, not mine these days right at the very moment, but Bob's
my schedule sucks.
Yeah. We're going to get them in where we can, but it's going to be in the rotation of all my other shows. So if there's not a WCW show that week, I'll have a UWF show, or I'll have an interview, or I'll have a Memphis or something or another. So there's always something in the retro wrestling archive world for you to listen to. So we appreciate you joining us. Hope you join us in the future. Tell your friends, spread the word. Let everybody know what we're doing, and let everybody join in on the fun. And who knows what other fun projects may be in the works that you may enjoy as well. So any final comments, Bob, before we go?
Nope. Like we were talking about earlier, check out Gene's books. I promise you they're worth your time. If you would like to do me a favor, go and find our Outlaw Wrestling shows that we did. I'm always trying to sell those because we put a ton of work into them, and I promise you they're funny, and no one was watching them, and that sucks. Other than that, no, we hope you like this series. I think we're going to have some fun with it. Check out Starrcade. This is our first one. We'll be back with that Clash. Then we can get to some good shows.
Yes.
Other than that, nope, that's all I got, Gene.
Yes, if you go through the playlist there here on the Retro Wrestling Archive YouTube channel, look for OWF Worldwide Wrestling, and it's a parody wrestling show. It's just do me a favor, pick a random episode. Don't have to be the first one. Bob would prefer it wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
We were still getting our feet wet, as they say.
Yeah, we kind of each. I mean, I'm using the same name, but we each kind of picked a character, and we did our best take off of Mystery Science Theater meets an 80s wrestling show, and we picked some fun old commercials, and we made fun of some really shitty wrestling. So, really shitty wrestling. I think some of it traumatized Gene a little bit, but
yeah, some of it ruined my love of wrestling forever. No, I'm just kidding. But check it out. It's fun, and we may have some more stuff like that coming up in the future. So, join us next time for another episode of the Retro Wrestling Review WCW podcast.
It's the Nature Boy Ric Flair against Ricky Steamboat for the World Heavyweight title. Barry Windham and Lex Luger for the U.S. Heavyweight title. That's right, it's Chi-Town Rumble 89. And you can see it live in the privacy of your own home on Monday, February 20th, 8 o'clock bell time, Eastern time. That's 8 o'clock Eastern time. Call your local cable company for availability of Chi-Town Rumble.